This is our second episode of Celebrate Your Waste. The first dealt with our gray water system, and today we're going to tell you about our chicken system. Believe me, chickens provide a lot of joy because they process a lot of waste. In general, these episodes describe a $15,000 home intended to heat and cool itself and process its own waste, grow its own food, protect itself from fire, and live in real harmony, active harmony with the natural environment. So if you think we're down to something and you'd like us to continue these, give me some feedback, or try and reach the website at the bottom of this. Thanks. Today the waste we're going to show you is the waste that comes from our chickens. And in fact, I'm going to show you the very end product because we happen to be at that end of our chicken coop. You might say that the chickens are just wonderful creatures to have around. Not only do you get the meat and the eggs, but you get the feathers and the heat, and you get the cleanup of a lot of noxious bugs if you let them free range at the right time of year. And in particular, they're wonderful at transforming waste into fertilizer for the garden. And let me show you a little bit of that. This is the end of the system. This is the end of what we call a straw yard, and there's a slope going up through here. And when it comes down at this far end of the slope, it's just a really nice, clean product that's all ready to go into the gardens. There you go, chicks. Well, let's take a few minutes and I'll show you how it got this way and a few other neat tricks about how we treat our chickens. Just a few steps up at this end is where this process begins. We get done eating. Linda's left a little lettuce out here for the camera. We just drop a little here of whatever greens or any other waste you can see green, feed them. And they poop in that and they scratch it. Chickens are scratchers. And because there's a slope in here, that material gets pecked and pooped on and shaken around and eventually works its way down to the far door, where within about a week of the time I throw it in at this end, it's all ready to go in to the gardens. That's quick composting. Let me show you some other features. I'm going to show you the nest boxes that are just right next door, but perhaps we'll get you a little different camera angle and shoot back at these. Well, these are actually the outside access to the nest boxes. The camera's standing right in the middle of our outdoor kitchen, and so a cook coming here wanting to cook can open one of these doors and pull out an egg.
What kind of an egg is that? Four!
We really use nest eggs at this time of year. The moms are busy taking care of their hens and there aren't any real eggs. But a couple months from now, that'll all start again. So it's very handy. We're in the outdoor kitchen so that the cook can get the eggs. You want your eggs to be really accessible to your house, a place where you walk through several times a day. But let's give you a look at the other part of the chicken system that's here largely for their protection and some other reasons. Come on along this way. What you have here is another door that's kind of the end of another waste system. A little less appetizing. These sticks are where the chickens roost at night, or for the most part they roost right up there. And so their poop at night falls directly down to the bottom. So that's straight chicken shit. And it's way too hot to be spreading in the garden directly. But we put it in the composter, and it can be used more, I guess use it for potted plants and a little more controlled application of fertilizer. So I'm going to move on in and we'll show you one last features of the chicken system, and then we'll say goodbye for today. We're inside our solarium now, which is a topic of another one of these Celebrate the Waste films. And the chicken coop is actually inside the solarium, so it provides excellent security against predators for the chickens. And they profit from all the waste from our sort of core living area, our trailer, all the gases and whatnot, heat the solarium. That helps the chickens, and actually the chickens give back a little bit. They're worth about 10 watts a piece, so they also contribute to the heat. And we really enjoy them in the winter time. It's cold outside, it's warm in here usually, and it's fun to watch them. We can have them part of our house. So you can see the nest boxes there, and at the bottom, when we don't have moms, is a little nursery for the chicks. We're not needing it this year. And that's our chicken system. And we thank you for joining us in another one of these little celebrations of waste at the Sand Gardens.